Hello, this is Rainbow Rising Freedom. Welcome to my YouTube channel. These are intuitive messages for the Feminine Collective. Anyone is welcome. Divine Feminine, your future self is showing you your best life. There is another version of you that's really reaching out and is inviting you to another timeline. This is a timeline of flow, a timeline of ease, a timeline of opulence and being in the grid, I hear. That other version of you is so very much stripped of all these illusions that you've been fed all your life in regards to who you are, how you're supposed to act, what kind of lifestyle you're supposed to live, and what actually matters. I feel like this is a time of big questions, Divine Feminine. If you're in hermit mode at the moment, if the universe told you to sit down and stopped something around you, some activity, something you wanted to pursue. It happened for a reason. You might be investigating why, who, what happened, do I have an enemy? What matters is how you transmute it, what you make out of it, because you are the goddess. Whatever gender you are, there is energy that you can tap into, and it's an energy of a goddess, of a creator, of a master manifester, of the lover of this earth, okay? I feel you might really go to that stage of becoming love. I was feeling that a lot, like there's a complete shift in understanding the need and desire of a connection and actually wanting to be love all the time, but not love in the sense of a romantic connection or being a couple. You want to be a true, honest love, and knowing how very much people get entangled in all these conditions, even though they really want the connection to be unconditional, but they get wrapped up more and more into all these expectations. I feel like some of you want to be free from that, free from the promise that you know nobody can actually keep, and you want to be love every day. That's what I'm feeling. I feel it's an agape love. It's this unconditional love for everything and everyone and life. The whole creation, it's just that beautiful flow in every cell of yours, and I feel it feels amazing. The more you tap into it, the more like you want to feel it. So you might want to practice more meditation. You might want to realize that it's not about effort, it's about opening yourself to the source, to God, goddess, and allowing all this to flow through you, okay? Not many people do that. Many just jump straight into action. They think that they will have better results by acting more, but taking more action. But you realize that if you tap into the flow of life, it's enough if you just take a little move here in the right moment. And what you wanted is created. You don't have to run like this, okay? So you might be mastering this. I know many people talk about it. You might be reading, hearing, studying this. But what I'm saying is the shift is occurring because you're actually living it. You're becoming this. You are starting to live it. You're starting to apply it. And you're starting to see the results of your amazing creative potential. Some of you might already be born with this gift of bending reality, being able to, I feel like, connect timelines, like flow from one to another without a greater effort. Another thing for divine feminine is the protective powers that are all around you, and you might feel less and less lonely even if you're by yourself. You know that protection's there, guidance is there. For some of you, you might have to like really be careful for your guidance system not to be hacked. If you're on a higher level, that can be another challenge. I feel that your guidance system can be kind of hacked, like a computer system, you know. Someone can try to hack it, something might try to hack it, but this is like something that you can definitely overcome. But you need to be mindful that this challenge you can encounter it on your path, okay? I feel like many of us, shall I say, will be embracing a daily spirituality, in the sense that we'll just be practicing our creative abilities in everyday life, okay? We will not have to wait to meditate or to, I don't know, for a specific moment or meeting or whatever. Just in everyday life, we will be working with intention more and more. Sometimes, you know, you might be practicing that and then you get out of that flow, you forget, you slide back, okay? But then we just pick it up again, I feel. Some of you might be encouraged to manifest with water. I'm talking about drinking water, you know, like you put intention into a glass, you visualize whatever you want, and then you drink it, and then it becomes you, because we manifest from within. So you might be returning to your old spiritual practice that is beautiful. Some of you might be doing Kundalini meditation, salt baths, or at least dipping your feet in the salt water every evening, every day, but every evening before going to sleep. It's just such an amazing purifying practice. Some of you might be intrigued by palmistry, learning the lines, the meanings they have, and how to benefit from that knowledge. What else for divine feminine? Someone might be opening a carpenting business. I hear carpenter. That's another thing. Many of you divine feminines might be guided to become self-employed, to open your own business, to do something that's not governed, ruled by a boss, by an employer. You are guided to become the boss to yourself, okay? You might be cooperating with others. What's wrong with my nose? It's so itchy, excuse me. What does it mean when the nose is itching on the left side? So you might be soon starting a new cooperation. There is this amazing energetic shift. It's like an acceleration that you can feel in your motivation. You feel like possibilities are everywhere. This pertains to a mindset shift that many of us have been working on. Instead of focusing on the glass half empty, we are really working every day to see the glass half full, okay? To get into that momentum where the opportunities will come in. I definitely feel with the Three of Pentacles here. I just love that bridge that this person is crossing. I feel like this is aided by some guidance here. And again, I was feeling that very strongly, like nobody you don't have to agree with this, but nobody achieves anything alone. There's always support, either spiritual support or some guidance or a mentor or someone who is heaven sent, literally, and you might not even realize the impact they had on upgrading your life, lifting you out of the heavy density of certain situations. You know, we all get stuck sometimes, right? And really, no matter how wizened and experienced you are, it's difficult to get yourself unstuck. Oftentimes we need someone to help us do it, okay? So I feel like you got that help. Angels sent someone to cross paths with you, and that person was, I hear, continuously aiding your progress, helping you, okay? This person was heaven sent, was guided by some spirits here. They always had this guidance, that synchronicity to suddenly start doing something, to reach out, to put something out there, maybe on the social media, something that was really perfect for you in the perfect timing. You might not be in direct connection, but there was this timing, that perfect timing when you were receiving what you needed to keep going. This was something that was definitely vibrationally carrying you forward, okay? So that's a gift. There's someone who's a dear gift, honestly, in your life, I feel, and that person might be really far away, or you might not be talking a lot, but this is your guardian, spiritual guardian, and they always know when you're in deep S-H-I-T, and they always aid you, okay? Yes, this is a spiritual person, a spiritual teacher, healer, someone who gets informed by their guidance that you need help. Yeah, you might be you might be a little bit immature. I feel with the full, like, not really experienced yet, or you might be repeating the same mistakes, falling in the same trap, and that person is continuously, notoriously, I hear, incongruence with your shift. Is this making sense to you? This is someone who's very hardworking and someone who it's like that person is humble, but they are so strong, and they really just won't give up. But you might not right away recognize it, because that person doesn't come across as someone excessively confident. They just emanate that vibe of a wall in the best possible sense. You can't break them down. But only very special people, yeah, see it. This person is a spiritual wall, in the sense you can't take them down. If they decide to block something, if they decide to help someone, they will. They keep an eye on you. You're the apple of their eye, I feel, Divine Feminine. But this is a very pure kind of connection that is beyond any kind of human form. This is beyond any other relationship and connection that we know here as humans. This is more than a friendship. This is more than a family connection. This is Malachi. What is Malachi? Ten of Wands, Nine of Cups, and the World. This person is working very hard, doing their best and more to protect you, guard you here. You are a pure, innocent being, and you're a bit naive, bit maybe inexperienced. You tend to repeat your mistakes, unfortunately, but hopefully you're getting out of the cycle. You're gaining wisdom, spiritual wisdom here with the Hierophant. Sometimes it's like we feel we're these old souls, but where's the wisdom, right? We get all these problems that are part of being an old soul, and all these karmic ties and connections, all these hurdles we need to jump over. But where are the benefits of being an old soul, right? Where is it? There it is, Spirit. Here. We will unlock your power soon, Divine Feminine, says the Spirit. We are unlocking your full potential soon. But your body, your physical vessel wasn't ready for that energetic shift. You would be actually harmed by your own energy if we unlocked it sooner. That's why it had to happen from our human perspective, slowly, okay? What is slowly? Maybe it's slow for a fire sign. You might be a fire sign. You might want to jump into action. You might feel like you are helping more when you're taking action, right? But sometimes Spirit says you just need to sit down and process and embrace that deep focus of one assignment and complete it. Start something and complete it, right? Don't jump all over the place. I feel like Spirit's trying to tame, because we have wands here, okay? We have Page of Wands, we have 5 of Wands, and we have 4 of Wands. I feel like this is what's happening sometimes within you internally. You want to charge forward before the timing's right. Sometimes for some of you, okay? And I hear like, hold your horses. You know that saying, don't jump so fast. Spirit is basically taking over here with the Ace of Cups. This is Spirit washing over you. Spirit is washing patience over you, Divine Feminine. How beautiful is that? And all that internal need and urge to charge forward before timing is right is grounded, is soothed, is calmed down by this really grounding energy here with 4 of Wands. Oh my gosh, I feel like you're on a spiritual lockdown, some of you. It might feel like it, okay? But it's for a reason. It's just you had to transmute something to go to another level. You were blocked from moving forward with 2 of Wands, 2 of Swords. Spirit says, no, wait, okay? I was getting this message 2 months ago. I'm like, where, Spirit, where? And I was just getting, wait. You're building something. Something's being born. You need this time to have this deep focus, okay? And my human self is like, my plans were different, Spirit. Spirit's like, well, the shift is happening on the planet, okay? So you better do what we say, how we just open yourself for the Spirit to work through you. Wow, but that is challenging. Yes, that was a lot of, it's like a hurricane. Maybe some of you are still in that mode of a hurricane where I hear you don't want to surrender. You might not be ready to surrender, Divine Feminine. You might not be fully accepting the plan of the Spirit, and you're not ready to fully surrender to your plans not being exactly how you want them to be. And Spirit's like, we are cooking something so much bigger here for you, Divine Feminine. And you are protected on the path to your freedom. You are supported on the path to your freedom, okay? This is what you're building. You're building the highway to freedom, to your freedom, Divine Feminine. And it's absolutely essential that you follow where Spirit's guiding you, because this is not something you can read about or ask someone about. You really need to be in tune with the Spirit every day. Plus, The challenge here is the more you open up to everything, also the stuff that spiritually clutter you. So the challenge is at this stage of our growth and opening our abilities to learn to filter energies, not to allow everything clutter our system. So you might need to clean your energy 3 times a day. Yeah, spiritually something might be harming you, my dear star. You're a shooting star, you're rising, but there's challenges to that because you're open more and more. You're more and more sensitive, and you know, stuff hurts you more, okay? So you might want to shield yourself with 7 of Wands. For me, this can stand for you protecting yourself, okay? Shielding yourself daily with this membrane, spiritual membrane of rainbow protection or angelic protection, whatever resonates with you. But it's important that it's a membrane, so it's supposed to release energies that you no longer need, but it will not let in what's not for you, okay? Also, I hear stay away from judgment, Divine Feminine, whether you, we might be tempted to label someone good, bad, working for us, against us, la la la. Spirit's saying focus, Divine Feminine, on your creation. Do not spill your precious energy thinking of things that you don't want to manifest. It's very important. The process needs to be clean, and you need to be in deep focus on your creation. You're again being watched over. I hear watched over. You are guided, you are watched over. The more you open up to actually stepping up, you might realize that you manifest without money. You manifest directly whatever you need. You might be getting gifts. You might be just like suddenly realizing that you have everything you need. What is this? Someone has passion for fashion. I hear passion for fashion, Divine Feminine. If someone has passion for fashion, you better start acting on your ideas. Start acting now. There's something about this time until like November, until like the end of October. It's just an incredible manifestation cycle, very powerful. Whatever you begin right now, it will manifest. It will be amazing. I feel you're very headstrong, Divine Feminine. Spiritually, you... It's like, it's really funny because like from human point of view, you might be a very timid person. That's how you're perceived. But only other spiritual people can see your force. I hear your force, your power. It speaks for itself. You might be blunt. You might come across as blunt, Divine Feminine, which blunt is like very direct, outspoken, maybe scary to some. But it's because you learned like not to be quiet when you see a game being played. Sometimes I understand you might just choose to walk away, but healing the niceness syndrome. That's what I hear. Like, what is this? We always program, like, Divine Feminines, like, we always program, like, to please everyone and to smile, and authenticity is the key here. something about the father figure, like some of you might have been missing. Maybe you grew up without a father, or you didn't have a good, maybe there was a long distance father for some of you. And that could have made you more in the masculine energy within yourself. And now you might want to discover the softness and the receptive mode of the feminine energy. So you might want to, you know, one day tap into the masculine side of you, and then another day tap into the receiving feminine vibe, right? So you might want to really play with that and enjoy how you are in charge here of what energies flow through you. What takes charge within your behavior, within how you respond. I think your awareness is expanding, divine feminine, and it's just mind-blowing. You're realizing, oh my gosh, like I didn't know I can actually decide about how I react to things, how I feel before I even react. Oh, do I even have to react? No, I can respond if I choose to, how I choose to. So this is like basically out of victim mentality here. 9 of Swords. Someone was like depressed, I feel, and that was due to some energies being imposed. But this is being broken right now. If you believe in curses or things like that, you are being purified from that energy imposed by a group. There's judgment on this. This is ending, and you are beginning a very very successful cycle, a divine feminine. This is a very successful cycle. This is a progress for your whole family, whether you're in touch with them or not, because you are no longer in poverty mindset, right? Yeah, 9 of Pentacles. You deserve wealth, riches, material abundance. You don't have to beg for it. It's natural, it's normal. You have it, you are it, okay? You stand for yourself, you speak up when previously maybe your throat chakra was blocked. For anyone who was spiritually manipulated, you know that a spell will grab you by your throat. Whoever here maybe had thyroid problems or throat swollen, you know, check it with the doctor, but also try to spiritually cleanse it, because this is a manifestation of some spiritual work being done on you, and it's not a good type of work. It's someone trying to control you, okay? I experienced it myself. It blocks your throat chakra. You can clear it, but just be mindful. If it happens, you don't have to bear it, okay? It's very unpleasant when it's blocking your breathing. So you stand up for yourself. You take no SIT. You speak up when something's uncomfortable. Something about customer service that used to intimidate you. Maybe you don't like when people are like slaves around you. I don't know where you got that from, but it's something with self-worth. But now you realize that it's okay to express your needs, okay? When you order something, you can tell specifically what you like, what you don't like. You're definitely, some of you are still sleeping on something, I feel, with 4 of Swords here. Like there's an idea, there's something really beautiful and big that you've had this idea, you had this idea maybe 3, 4, 5 years ago, and now I feel like you're moving forward with it. Maybe you might be getting many synchronicities to actually start doing it. Getting rid of perfectionism helps here. You just start acting and you're not waiting to be ready, okay? You might be really into paranormal activity. I feel like you are unstacking your whole line, your divine feminine line. You are unstacking the divine energy flow in your family. Look, we have the Empress and the Hangman here. I feel like this is a blockage, this is being suspended, this is not being able to move forward with the divine feminine energy. Trauma in your family line. Women in your family could have been really traumatized by war, and the energy flow was blocked. You could not manifest. Maybe there were diseases, miscarriages, poverty. And you're healing all this with the star. You're transmuting it within yourself. This is a holy assignment, divine feminine, and you really have to thank yourself and thank all the spiritual beings that aid you on this path. I feel like you're deeply committed on a spiritual level to transmuting and healing all that, so that no generation after you has to ever repeat any of this, okay? I feel like you are making the rivers flow again. You're helping people to flow in the river, to be in the flow. Everything's getting unstuck, unblocked, released. People finally feel like they're themselves again. You help them energetically reconnect with themselves just by doing work on you. It makes you want to sing. You might start singing suddenly, like out of the sudden, you might want to be a singer. If you've never, like, maybe you worked in a coal mine and now you're like, hey, I just want to be on stage. And yes, and go do it. I feel like many very brave ideas, very beautiful and happy ideas will come to life, like sudden shifts in expression of creation. You'll be jumping into expressing yourself in ways you have not before. Shy lover alert. Shy lover alert. You meet someone shy. I feel complimentary. I feel like you're meeting someone complimentary, someone who's just perfectly the opposite of you, and together, but in a sense that together you can do anything. You respect one another's gifts. You don't push each other to be what you're not. I hear tremendous acceleration. When you meet that person, when you're supported by them, when they're around, your gifts accelerate. Moshi moshi. Hear moshi moshi. There is a snail spirit here, and I feel you've been set free from all these delays, from that snail spirit. I just had free, 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 free. Quadruple free. Free stands for freedom, liberation. You're being liberated. You liberate yourself, divine feminine. You stand up and you set yourself free. You have help, but if you did not have the will within yourself, that help would be for nothing. There has to be that will to break free inside of you, even if you can't do it. When you have that will inside your heart, in your soul, to break free, the help comes and then you accept it. But if the help comes to set you free, but you don't have it within you, it will go to waste. It will never happen. And you have it. You had it. And I feel your deepest calling will be to help others to set themselves free too. To teach them how to set themselves free. I hear free yourself. Don't wait for anyone to save you. You have the power to save yourself. You will be aided on that journey, so you're not really doing it by yourself, but it has to come from you. You can't just passively sit and wait all your life, okay? We've been programmed by so many like horrible stories for children, you know, about princesses waiting in a tower to be rescued. Very itchy nose. So I feel like there is someone who wants to fly to you on the wings of desire. So this is someone who normally would not move for anyone, in the sense that they would not try to express their feelings to anyone unless someone else expressed the feelings first. It's like really funny, like this person used to be an iceberg, a mountain of ice, and there's something about your energy that wakes them up and they want to fly on the wings of desire. That person has a key to something precious, but they are difficult. I feel that person's a bit it's a bit difficult. But they might want to carry you forward, you know. There's so many, like we're literally going to another level where relationships will be redefined completely, starting with us having completely different needs, desires, wants, and visions of our lives. And there will be very different connections, you know. People will come from the pure presence, because we'll be vibrating on that wavelength. And sometimes, you know, you'll have a guardian, you'll have a helper, you'll be a helper to someone else without expecting anything in return, you know. Connections will be more pure. It won't be as like based on the physical like it is a lot nowadays. I don't know, I just hear a battlefield, and I feel like a connection, maybe for not many of you, but someone maybe had a connection that was a battlefield, was very intense, was very progressive, but it was a battlefield. And you know that with this level of intensity, that connection would not last. You would not last with that level of intensity. You'd burn out. And there's something closing about this war energy in that connection. It's being healed. It's transforming into the sea of peace and protection. So this is for some of you. Some of you might have a choice to say goodbye to the past with the Queen of Swords and realize that we're all growing, and, you know, people close their cycles and they want to start new ones, and you can say enter a new cycle with a person you ended the old one with. And that, I feel, can be very successful for those who choose this. It can be very successful considering that you have the wisdom and experience to embrace the reasons for all of it to happen. And can be a very, I hear, emancipated connection, very free, very liberal, very allowing, very accepting, very joyful, and not restricted. So I feel Divine Feminine, the more in receptive mode you are, the more someone is actually rushing to you. Someone's really rushing. They're saying they can correct their wrongs, they can right their wrongs, they want to. Yeah, with 2 of Cups. There's a possibility to reconcile and reignite the desire. This is about home and foundation. Grazie, prego. Can be Italian. Someone can be Italian. I don't know, I just feel like this person has a lot of battles still to deal with, and I think they would bring a lot of chaos into your life, so you have to be careful. They would not tell you everything. They want to right their wrongs, but they don't want to scare you away by telling you how many obstacles they still have to overcome. They went through a massive transformation. That person, they could have had a near-death experience or been in a coma or something. Maybe they have a child. I hear here. Yeah, they could have been asleep or in a coma for 8 months. I don't know, 8 months, 3 months, 3 months. I don't like it. There's something about an income that they are concealing and hiding, so I would not go for it. So for any of you, if a past person returns and they are the Magician, they have a deep spiritual connection with you, but not in the way that now you understand you would want. You're not... I don't think you're accepting this offer. You feel there's something dodgy that they are not telling you, even though it's very tempting, it's very alluring to be around them. I feel like they are King of Wands. They are a bit of a player. They are a bit sleek, but they are also interesting, adventurous, and it's never boring to be around them. They are very spontaneous. Whatever idea that you come up with, they go for it. They encourage you, and they make you feel so very much empowered when they are there. But they have tendency to ghost because they always choose themselves. Yeah, and then they leave you in this. And you feel like a not so divine feminine, right? So you change the way you decide. You change the way you choose people close to you. Can be a partner, but you completely change your type here, completely. You no longer are impressed or inspired by the things you were 10 years ago. You know, it kept you trapped in just this web of illusion. Like what you thought was noble was the opposite of that. It used to just completely exploit you energetically. I hear divine feminine. Yes. So you thought, oh, your divine masculine is coming, and then they just devoured your energy and spit you out, and you were left in the cold. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, divine feminine, you're blocking this. You're wise now, okay? You're wearing these yellow boots of empowerment. Like yellow stands for the solar plexus, your personal power. And whenever like I see someone wearing yellow shoes or wearing something yellow, I feel like this is an empowered person standing in their power, taking no stuff, right? So you no longer make the same mistakes. I feel like you really you don't rush with making decisions. you cold think it through, okay? You want to be true to yourself. You no longer want to lie that maybe something will happen. You know that you have to be in charge of yourself, okay? And it's a bit harder than counting for someone else to lead you. Okay, sometimes it's just a heavy burden to feel empowered, but you want to give it a chance. With 8 of Wands, I feel like you want to give yourself a chance to live that life of empowerment. And with this head here in 7 of Cups, I feel like you tried all these cups, like all these mindsets and perspectives in your life, and nothing really worked for you. You just got so much disappointment. So now you know you have to choose yourself. That head represents yourself. So you take this cup that is you, counting on you. You've healed from all unpleasant experiences in the past, and you're ready to embrace your future. Like I said in the beginning, you realize how tricky it gets sometimes, and you actually might be in a very tricky situation right now. And it might be heartbreaking to see through people you would want to be your friends. Maybe it's new people, and you see they just read from the paper. They like... Some people just want to suggest something to you, like plant an idea in your head, hoping that you will go and do that. But you know what you want. This is your castle, Divine Feminine. This is your want. This is your desire. You might not know yet how to create that, but you're not giving up on this. You believe in the miracle that you are. You believe in manifestation. You know that you can put all your hands into that divine creation, and you can make it happen. You can make it happen. You might have very little at the moment, but you have yourself, you have the spirit, and you have your faith, okay? And there will be a miracle after a miracle, because you're not giving up, and your focus is just beyond anything I've ever felt. You rule this, Divine Feminine. There's a triple win for you. What ended, ended. Just don't think about this anymore. Embrace your softness. I can just smell someone's laundry being done with, what's the word for it, you know, it's this old-fashioned way of making sure that the white sheets don't get creased. I hear Bohemian Rhapsody. You might really have a period to just release everything, in the sense that you actually want to party until you drop, I hear. It's okay to feel like a teenager. Feel like a teenager again. Go back home. See your mates. Be grateful for little things in life. Simple things. Return to that purity of being. To that moment when the most important thing was being together. Not having to climb any ladder. Just exist. Have fun. Embrace the now. And come up with something fun to do, right? You realize I never actually needed much, but I had everything. Wow, I feel someone has a total enlightenment moment, realizing that they've always had everything. You might actually return. Maybe someone made their circle and realized, look around, and they made a circle, but you can never go back because you're a different person. So you come back with all these experiences and you see everything from a different perspective. It's never the same. And all these experiences, wherever you went, whatever your journey was, internal and external, I feel for some of you, you might actually see the jewels in what you've always had. You've always had the jewels, you've always had the crown. You've always had what everybody else is looking for. It's a big moment. You were not getting what you wanted because you didn't really want it. It was projected on you. It wasn't your desire. And now you return to yourself and you realize you've always had everything. And this race was an illusion. It was a game played on you to continuously grieve and search for something you never actually wanted, because the precious jewels you've always had, you know where it was. It's always been with you. You were born with it. You've always had it. And then something tricked you to abandon it. I hear Palermo, Sicily. It was a trick. It was an illusion. It was a fake maze where you were born staring into the rainbow. Being given the greatest gift of a simple life. I let you sit with this. Take care, Divine Feminine. I hope you got something from this reading. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.